My pals and gals, I am currently in Mexico and I need to get ready for dinner. So let's get ready together. So for dinner tonight, I'm gonna wear an all black outfit and I kind of wanted to do a really like sultry, cool toned, delectable little smoky eye and also a big red lip. So that's the vibe for tonight. Let's try to make it happen. I've got my skincare on. Skincare is done. So let us begin. Starting with the Chanel Le Beige Water Fresh Complexion Tint. Obviously, I'm trying to be like mindful about how many pumps of this that I actually put into my hand because it can be too much. A little bit goes a long way. You don't need a lot of this. So I'm doing 2 pumps. I'm using the shade B30, the deeper one, because I've got a little self tan on, and I'm just gonna go straight in with a foundation brush and blend this onto my skin. It is truly so succulent and delicious on the face. Hopefully you guys can see like how natural and glowing and delicious that looks on the skin. It's honestly so nice. I'm obsessed, I'm obsessed. I'm just gonna rub that all over the face. And I'm also gonna take it down the neck. It's always funny to me when I'm filming getting ready in like a hotel room, because usually when I'm getting ready in a hotel room, I like to be like blasting my music and having a little dance, but you can't do that with YouTube copyright now, can you? All right, we've got a little layer of foundation on. Love how that looks so much. Before I forget, because I do forget every time, I'm going to use my e.l.f. Brow Lift, this lovely little clear goopy stuff, and we're gonna brush up the brows and let that settle in while we do the rest. Then I'm gonna take my contour. This is my Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate contour, and this is my Smith 157 brush. I'm gonna go ahead and chisel out the cheeks on top of the foundation, and then I'm gonna do concealer after and kind of marry the two together afterwards. So I'm just going straight in, adding all of the bronze that I need, and I have fake tan on my body, so I'm definitely gonna be going heavier with this color on my face, just as an FYI. But blending that all around the perimeters of my face, bronzing and sculpting wherever I feel I need it. I really love to carve out that cheek. Get that little jawbone too. I'm also gonna do that lovely little hack where you just put your like cream bronzer all over your nose and then you apply the concealer on top of it. I know I did that once in some hacks video, and then I saw Kevin Kodra talking about it again on TikTok, and I was like, oh my God, how could I have forgotten? So I'm just literally covering my nose in this cream contour slash bronzer, and then we'll apply the concealer on top. So I'm keeping that out. When I do my concealer and my cream contour slash bronzer, I always kind of go back and forth. So we've got the lovely little layer of the contour on. Now I'm gonna go in with concealer. I've got the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Concealer here. I have this in the shade 5.75. So for the shade 5, this is the lighter shade. I'm just gonna take this right around my eye area to brighten up. I'll take a little bit on my nose, a little bit on my chin, and just right there on my forehead. Then I'm taking 5.75 and using this to conceal anything additionally. So I don't know if it's showing up on the camera, but I have had a huge breakout on my face and it's going away. It is on the tail end, but I could spot conceal and go through each individual one, but I'm just gonna add concealer on a particular area where my breakouts are. So like right here too, I've got a little bit like on my cheek here. I've got redness around my nose, and I'll just put it around. Like I always put concealer everywhere, and I know every time without fail, I always get comments about it being like, why are you going in with so much concealer when you put foundation on? Foundation for me is to give me the even skin tone that I want. Then concealer is for the additional coverage. So if I have dark under eyes, if I have breakouts, my redness patches, like I'm not wearing a full coverage foundation. So if I want more coverage, I'm going in and spot concealing. I don't need to put this concealer all over my face, all over my cheeks, all over my forehead. I'm literally just putting it in those center areas where I want it. And then I always put it right here on my cheeks because I do just have a lot of discoloration there. So it's more specific, pinpointing the coverage. I hope that makes sense, but no matter what, no matter how many times I do it, I always get comments about it. Then I'm gonna take my setting spray, my Benefit Professional setting spray. This one's almost empty. This one might be an empty on this trip. That's just gonna help set and soak the concealer into the skin even more. Then I'm gonna go between my foundation brush and also a damp beauty sponge, and I'm gonna blend this out. So I'm starting with my foundation brush. I'm just gonna really lightly press around my face and kind of start to blend out that concealer and help it to melt into the skin. The Luminous Silk Concealer for me is like a really nice, light, dewy, skin-like concealer. So sometimes, especially when I have larger breakouts like this, I might want to go in with another layer, but I like to just blend this all out and let it start like melting into the skin and doing its thing. So I'm just like going around and stippling the concealer in. And then I'm gonna go on top of that with the beauty sponge. Get into my eye area, which is looking very purple, very much lacking in the sleep department, and get right up in there. I'm just gonna go right around, apply it onto my eyelid as well, and just use the sponge to just further melt everything into the skin, just going around and doing a nice, lovely little layer. And then I just go back with the cream contour brush and just kind of continue to diffuse the two until I'm happy with how blended it is. Okay, I'm just gonna take a final little wipe of the concealer, and I'm actually gonna let that sit while I go ahead and do the rest. So moving on to blush, I'm a little bit torn, I don't really know. I really wanted to do like a pink moment, but I think if I'm gonna do a red lip, then I just want something a little bit more neutral. So I think I'm gonna use the Nude Sticks Nude Buff. This is such a stunning blush. It's a new formula from them. It's so gorgeous, so creamy. And it's just that perfect, like really nice in-between neutral shade. Hopefully you guys can like see. For my skin tone, it's that perfect in-between neutral color. And I'm just gonna take a brush and blend that in. It just gives such a natural glowing finish to the skin. I hope that's coming across. I know the lighting is so less than ideal in here, but hopefully you're getting the full HD version of my face because I'm in a very, very dark room. If I go a little bit too low with the blush, I just keep my foundation brush on hand and just kind of wipe it as I need. Sometimes I can make the line a little bit too harsh, but I just keep going between all the things until I'm happy with how it looks. And obviously for me, that means very, very heavy-handed with the blush. So now I think I'm gonna move on to the eyes. I'm just gonna keep letting that concealer chill, and I'm gonna go in with some powder. This is my Charlotte Tilbury powder. I'm gonna take a little brush and I'm just going to apply powder onto the eyelid to set it all in. I wanna do the eyes now because I do wanna do something a little bit more smoky and deep. So if I mess anything up, I have the option to go in and fix anything around the face in case there's fallout. And let's start with the Laura Mercier Cocoa eye pencil as a base. So I want to kind of look forward and map out my crease a little bit. So I'm just gonna take it, it's super creamy. It's super creamy, a little bit goes a long way, so you gotta be careful. I'm gonna do one eye at a time. I'll show you one eye and then I'll do the other eye to try to match. But I want to kind of map out where I want my crease to be. So I'm just gonna, that looks so messy and ridiculous, but that's kind of the vibe. So I'm looking straight into the mirror and that's how I'm determining where I want to place it. So I'm just then gonna take a little flat shader brush and just blend this out, and you guys can see, oh my God, how creamy it is. And so I'm really just like pushing the brush into the product and just chiseling out that crease. Take a clean, fluffy blending brush and just blend all on top of that. And we're gonna leave it there. I'm gonna do the other side and we'll hit up the shadow after. The liner has been blended out. Let's move on to eyeshadow. You guys, I wanted to show you the beautiful new palette from Chanel. This is the Ombre Tweed in 04 Tweed Brun et Rose. It's one of the eyeshadow quads from their fall tweed collection. It's so stunning. I hope you guys can see like how much I've been using this. I've literally been digging into this every day. It's so beautiful. I love the colors in here. They're cool tone, they're stunning. I'm obsessed. So I'm gonna take a little blending brush and I'm gonna start with this shade right here. And I'm just gonna basically take that on top of the liner that we blended out into the crease. And this just kind of like adds another layer of softness, another layer of dimension, but it's also like setting the cream in with the powder. So it's really softly running that into the crease. Then I'm just keeping that same brush and I'm gonna use this next level deeper shadow. Gonna dip into that and just kind of do the same thing, but I'm also gonna take this onto the lash line as well. And there's just like a subtle little glow, a subtle little shimmer that is so beautiful. And it's not like chunky shimmer, it's not chunky glitter or anything, but there's just, yeah, there's a glow to them. It's so pretty and mysterious on the eyes. Just go back in with my big fluffy blending brush and just soften that out. I love to do this in between every layer. Then I'm gonna take a slightly smaller little angled brush and I'm gonna go in with the deepest shade. And I'm gonna press that onto the lash line and kind of start to carve out the area where we're gonna place the liner. So I'm starting on my lash line, gonna add that extra layer of depth there. And then I'm kind of just gonna like follow the line where I would want the eyeliner to go and just start building that dimension. I'm just gonna clean up under it real quick with a clean little eyeliner brush. Yeah, see, then you get that nice little sharp line. And then just go back in with the brush in that deeper shade and just kind of blend that all together. All right, we are all smoked out. Let's go in and add the shimmer. This little pink shimmer shade in this palette is so beautiful. I'm just gonna take that and place that right in the center of the lid, and it just adds the most gorgeous glow. Oh my God, it's so pretty. It's such a pretty color. And leaving that little blank space on the lid, I feel like just adds such a gorgeous little dimension to it. I am obsessed with how this looks. And now for the part that I always fear, the part that could ruin everything. The liquid liner. This is the Vive Power Ink Liner. This is the black liner. Yes, we're going for black liner, friends. I'm gonna try my best to do just a very, very thin little line. And I'm gonna start that right on the center of my eye and just try to do a little wing following the line we've created with the shadow. May the force be with us. Really quickly clean up the line with a clean brush or a Q-tip before it dries, and that's it. Then I'm gonna go back in with that deeper shade, and I'm just gonna like re-stamp on top of the liner just to try to slightly diffuse it even more. I haven't slept in like 3 days. My eyes are absolutely bleeding, so I'm just gonna take this little Victoria Beckham neutral liner and put that in my waterline because your girl needs some help in there. It is red. Let's go back to the concealer really quick. I'm just gonna need a little bit of extra love here because that was a little struggle bus, and I'm just gonna take a small little brush to kind of like pat and blend that out underneath the eye area. Let's go ahead and set the under eyes. This is the Givenchy Loose Powder Shade 3, absolutely stunning, and I'm gonna use it with my little triangle. Taking off the excess powder on the back of our hand, and then we're gonna press that right underneath and watch the magic unfold. Look at the difference. Look at the difference on the under eye. It is a magical powder. And then I'm just taking the excess product and just putting that around my mouth, and I'll just put some on the forehead too. I'm gonna go off camera really quick and finish my brows because they desperately need some attention and I'm feeling naked without them. Ta-da! The brows are on. Brows are on. This is such an odd thing because my camera is in front of the mirror, so I just keep, I have to like go to all these different angles to try to see myself. Let's finish up the eyeshadow here. We've set the under eyes, so now we can go back. I'm just gonna like take my little shader brush and just mix between these two here. I don't want anything too deep and crazy, but I just wanna kind of blend a little something under the eyes. I feel like it makes all the difference, especially when we're going pretty dark. I've just realized that I feel like I'm getting ready for Christmas. Like this is very much like a holiday makeup look with a red lip too. It just kind of suits the outfit that I'm wearing. Like it's the vibe, so not necessarily hot leather Mexico makeup, but it's a look. Then I'm gonna take my little eyeliner brush and that nice deep shade from the eyeshadow palette here, and I'm just gonna pop that right into the inner corner. I'm just trying to put a little bit, just a little touch there. Makes a nice big difference. I didn't bring a powder blush or a powder bronzer, which was such a mistake because that's totally what I would want to help finish up the face. But I do have my lovely little mini bubbly bebe highlight from Nude Sticks, which is from my little Beachy Nudes kit. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that and just pop that on top of the cheekbone here, just to add a little bit of different dimension, I guess. And I'll just put a little bit on the tip of my nose too. We're gonna save that for later. We're gonna put this on our body too, so hang on to your highlight. I'm just jumping all over the place here, but I'm gonna take another layer of my setting spray. I'm gonna do a little bit of the Makeup Forever Endless Cacao liner. The lips are just feeling a little bit naked, and sometimes it's just helpful to see what's going on. That feels like we have a little bit more life on our lips. Okay, I can go forward and finish the eyes. So I'm gonna take my little Tower 28 Make Waves mascara. I'm gonna put on oodles and oodles of this I'm gonna start with the upper lashes. I know I'm gonna have to put some on my lower lashes, but you know, I want the bulk of the volume to be on the top lashes. I'm just like staring at this eyeshadow in the mirror, and honestly, like, I think what I love about the Chanel and also the Dior eyeshadows in particular, because they do have that like subtle glow existing in them and they're not like completely matte, or at least these shades in particular, it just screams like red carpet eye makeup to me, you know? Like I put on these eyeshadows and I'm like, oh, this is just that like red carpet smoky eye. I'm so obsessed with them. I know they're expensive, but if you can find like shadows that you'll love and that you'll wear often, they're just, honestly, they're so beautiful. I love the way this looks. So I'm not gonna touch my lower lashes for now, but because it is a night out, we're gonna be taking some pictures. I do wanna add a few little clumps of individual lashes. So I have my eye shimmer lashes here. They're just like the extra thick, extra clumpy little individual lashes. So I'm gonna take a few of those and just apply them onto the outer bits of my eyes for some extra volume and for some extra fluff. Bear with me, this takes me 12 years. All right, the lashes are applied. I just did like 3 clumps on either end, and it just adds a little bit of extra fluff. I personally think it makes all the difference, especially when you're doing these liner smoky eyes. It's just like, ooh, she fluffy. I'm just gonna take a little bit more of the mascara and just hit those bottom lashes. You know, I haven't been doing this very much lately, but I do wanna take a little bit of that shimmer from the eyeshadow palette and just place that, whoop, right in the inner corner. I just feel like it needs it. Okay, honestly, I'm like living for the nude lip. We don't even need to go red, but I feel like I want to wear red. So let's just do it. I'm gonna take the Dior Forever Rouge 999 Transfer Proof red lip and pop that on. Add some color to our life, spice up our life. For me personally, fun fact, whenever I do a bold lip, I simply must use a lip brush. So I just apply the bulk of it into the center of the lips, and then I need to spread it out with a lip brush. It just has to be this way. The red lip is always it. The red lip is always it. So the makeup is done. We're done. That's great. And I have completely neglected my hair. I absolutely need to go run a few quick curls through my hair that I just destroyed by putting it in a bun, but I'm just gonna flip through that real quick. I've got my T3 curler here. I'm just gonna go tackle the hair and I'll be back with you when I'm done. Okay, I curled my hair and I also got dressed so that we could finish getting ready together because, as always, your girl's running late. So for the hair, I just did a quick little curl. I'm gonna add in some texturizing spray and also a little gloss. A little glossy shine spray. What's it called? Shine spray. On this lovely little trip, the Mood Elise magazine gifted us a ton of products, which was amazing. So many new brands to try. Tried these Unite products, and this finishing texture spray was wow. If you're looking for texture, wow. I'm gonna spray this through it. Like the body that it gives. And then we'll add a little bit of the shine spray for good measure. So then for the body, we need to add a little bit of glisten, a little bit of glow to the arms. So I brought this Tatcha Forest Awakening body milk that they sent. I have been bathing my body in this. It is so luscious. It is such a beautiful, like, I hope you can you see the shine that it gives? Oh my God, it's such a beautiful, beautiful body lotion, oh my God. Then I wanna add a little bit of bronze and highlight to the body. So I've got this little Pixie on the Glow Bronze Tinted Moisture Stick. I'm gonna take this and a brush and I'm gonna bronze up my arms. I'm just gonna like, kind of put this into my armpit kind of area. I can't really see myself in the mirror right now, but you get the idea. It's a really nice light color. It's also super creamy and really easy to blend. So I'm just gonna rub this around in here and see what it does to the definition on the bicep. Like, you know, the bicep's there, okay, but it's just like helping your girl out a bit, okay. And we're gonna just put a little bit of this into the crooks of our collarbones. Like, we're going off the shoulder, okay? We gotta pay attention to the décolleté. And let's just put a little bit in these lines too. I'm gonna like walk out into the daylight and look insane. So that's the bronze, stunning. Let's go on with the highlight. I told you we'd be saving the bubbly baby for later. So I'm just gonna apply this right onto my little collarbones here. And then I literally like rub it around right on the shoulder. And then just do the same thing, blend that out. I can just use my hand here too. It's just so good. It just adds such a succulent glow to your limbs. I think that's all blended. If I go outside and find myself looking unblended, I'll come back in and deal with it then. For fragrance, I've got my little lovely Power Travel Duo, my Tom Ford Ombre Leather, and the replica by the fireplace. A little extra splash of deodorant, never hurt nobody. And with that, we are done. 12 years later, we are done. So for my outfit, this top is a very old top from LPA. Pulled it out of hiding, and I'm so happy that she's reliving her best life. And then I also have my little Totem satin trousers on, which I've actually had listed for sale on my Depop forever. And I was like, screw it, you know what? I'm gonna make these work. And the combination of the two is actually a pretty powerful little outfit combo. But until then, you guys, thank you so much for getting ready with me on this amazing trip that I'm so grateful to be on here in Mexico. And I hope you guys enjoy the look. And I know it's very much, it's giving holiday, it's giving Christmas, but we can take this as inspo for the upcoming holiday season. So this is a little pre-holiday get ready with me here in Mexico. I hope you guys enjoyed the look. Thanks so much for getting ready with me today, friends. And I will see you all very soon for a new video. Thanks for watching. Bye!